Hey, it's Jay, and welcome back to Channel Legends. A quick question to you guys watching this video, like, how many of you have taken time out of your ranked grind or your casual gameplay or your experimental queue to actually read the lore? Crazy, right? You haven't actually done that. Like, I can think of like less than 50% of the people who play Brawlhalla have actually read the lore through and through for any character. And why would you, man? It's not like a key feature. You don't need to know everything about the lore to have fun with the game. So it's kind of been like an overlooked thing. And I kind of wanted to change that because the lore is kind of interesting. And so I decided to make this new series called Learning the Lore, where I read the lore to you guys, and then if there are any interesting bits or information that I find, I'll discuss it, and you guys can comment on stuff that you thought was interesting or not. If you are interested in this series, then drop a like, leave a comment, hit the subscribe button. It really does help. A lot of you watching these videos aren't actually subscribed, so do me a favor. I am trying to hit 250 subscribers on this channel. So if you are interested in the content, I post montages, I post stuff about getting better at Brawlhalla, and here I am starting a new series talking about the lore. So if you are interested in information that I may have to disseminate to you guys, then subscribe, turn on notifications. I post at least 3 videos a week. So yeah, let's get on with the video. The unconquered Viking, the Great Bear. I speak, you noble Vikings, of a warrior who surpassed you all. I tell of a great bear man who overcame giants and armies, and how he came to leave our world and challenge the gods. The saga of Bodvar, first stanza. Listen, you 9-mothered bridge troll, I'm coming in, and the first beer I'm drinking is the one in your fist. Bodvar to Heimdall, guardian of the gates of Asgard. As the story goes, born of a Viking mother and a bear father, Bodvar grew up feared and mistrusted by his own people. Bodvar's first nemesis was the terrible giant bear, Grotnar, his own brother. By defeating Grotnar in a battle that lasted 7 days, Bodvar chose to side with humanity and become the protector of the people of the north. He led his Scandian people against the witch queen of Helheim, slew the white dragon sorcerer, and lived the life of an all-conquering hero. After he single-handedly ended the giant wars by trapping the fire giant king in his own volcano, Bodvar sensed his work was done. But he felt doomed to never be taken by the Valkyries to Valhalla, because he could never manage to be defeated in battle. So he traveled to Asgard himself, broke down the doors, and let himself in. Valhalla is everything Bodvar hoped for, an endless reward of feasting and fighting, with himself amongst its greatest champions. So yeah guys, that is his lore, and there are like a few interesting stuff that I found in the lore of Bodvar. Like, first of all, his name's origin is from an Old Norse word. It's Bodvar Bujarki, meaning warlike little bear. And from the tales of the lore, fighting against gods and giants and stuff like that, you can definitely see that kind of aspect about him. And in the Old Norse stories, he is represented as a hero. Also, he has the ability in these Old Norse stories to shapeshift between a human and a bear. So I guess that's where the half bear, half human thing comes in. And I gotta say, uh, hands down to his mother for I don't know how. Maybe his dad had the ability to shapeshift. I'm not exactly sure, but hands down to his mother for I don't know mating with a bear to get this outcome. He turned out to be a freaking awesome warrior. Another thing is like Bodvar is like in this lore, he's made out to be like a super cracked like character. Like for instance, talking to Heimdall that way. And for those who don't know, like Heimdall is the guardian at the gates of Asgard. He's like a god himself. He's like one of the gods himself. Like you can't get into Asgard without passing through this dude or this dude saying you're worthy. And by the sounds of the lore, Heimdall was denying Bodvar entry, and he just, I guess, sucks up some G fuel and start making some Chad talk like, listen here, you nine-mothered bridge troll, I'm coming in, and the first beer I'm drinking is the one in your face. Like legit, he's just a half bear, half human guy, and to be talking to a ethereal god, a Norse god like that, like you have to have a solid pair of like steel balls to do something like that. So I found that like really interesting. Also, his brother Grotnar, like their fight, like Bodvar has some serious stamina to be fighting with a bear for like 7 days, and I assume without food, water, or rest. Like 7 days of just pure adrenaline-filled fighting. Like that is crazy. Like that is like a crazy feat if you think about it. Like most of us can't go a day without sleeping, otherwise we're like completely busted. But Bodvar went like 7 days toe to toe with a giant bear. So I don't know, man. I think that's also pretty cool. Also, something here like he led the Scandian people, and the Scandian people are like a precursor to the Scandinavian people, I believe, and they're closely linked to Norse mythology themselves. Also, I think like certain gods like Loki and Thor were inspired from Scandian things. At least that's what the research I'm doing here says. So yeah, Bodvar is part of the Scandian people, which is pretty cool. And he led them against the Witch Queen of Helheim, which her name is Hel, Hel, and she is the daughter of Loki and a giantess. I'm not exactly sure the giantess's name, but she is the daughter of Loki. Also, her sister is the World Serpent, and I think Brawlhalla released like a KO effect in the game with the World Serpent. So Bodvar fought the sister of the World Serpent, which is another cracked thing that he did, another Chad thing that he did. Also, there's something about him slaying the White Dragon Sorcerer. Now, I wasn't able to find anything linked to the White Dragon Sorcerer in Norse mythology. Maybe I wasn't searching hard enough, but maybe that's just another like crazy thing he did, and the person who wrote the lore, or the persons who wrote the lore, just added in as like one of his crazy feats. I don't think they would add it in unless it had some kind of like thematic tie-in with his whole feats as a great hero. So yeah. The next thing I saw was like single-handedly ending a war by just simply trapping the fire giant king in a volcano, his own volcano. And the most well-known fire giant is the beast named Surtur, who I think is powerful enough to destroy Asgard and bring about Ragnarok. I think he's one of the people powerful enough to bring about Ragnarok. And for those who don't know, like Ragnarok is the end of the whole Asgard existence. It's like a restart button. You completely destroy it and then restart. So he's one of the people strong enough to destroy Asgard. and bring about Ragnarok. I'm not exactly sure if the Fire Giant King they're mentioning here is Surtur, but I do believe that, you know, even if it wasn't Surtur, it's like a pretty Chad move, a pretty big feat for a half bear, half human to perform. Also, like, how low key, like, strong or badass does Bodvar have to be? Like, he could not be defeated in battle, and the whole Norse thing is that for you to get taken to Valhalla, you have to be defeated in battle and have the Valkyries. So Bodvar would need to be defeated in battle and have somebody like Bryn come for his soul and bring it to Valhalla. And he would also have to be defeated in like a valiant manner. He'd have to be defeated by like a true warrior or something like that. If you get killed by like a coward or something like that, then your soul doesn't get taken to Valhalla. So you'd have to be defeated by somebody who's like equally as, you know, badass as you. And I guess Bodvar could not find someone badass enough to defeat him. So he was like, well, the only way to get there is if I die, and well, no one is strong enough to kill me, so I guess I'm going there myself. And he busted down the doors, and I just like to think like he's in Valhalla now, fighting among some of the greatest legends and greatest champions. And I'd like to think that based on the lore of how he spoke to, you know, Heimdall, he clapped Heimdall's cheeks on the way in. Like, that animation is probably on screen right now. The animation of him kicking down the door, I'd like to think like before that, or sometime before that, he clapped Heimdall's cheeks on his way in and made it into Valhalla just like that, which to me just adds to his like badassness, his epicness as a character. So yeah, this is just like Bodvar's lore, something I found interesting. Planning on doing more videos like this. So if you like the format, if you like the whole talking about the legends, their lore, and interesting stuff that I find while doing some research, please drop a like, hit subscribe. Trying to hit 250 where I'll do some kind of giveaway. Stay tuned for that. And yeah, thanks for watching, and peace.